From playing next to Pogba and Lingard to then being released, having to play semi-pro football, then becoming a barber, a coach, to now working in Asda. The harsh reality of trying to make it as a professional footballer was felt firsthand by this guy, Luke Giverin. Luke Giverin signed with Manchester United at the age of 7 and stayed there until he began his professional career. During his time at United, he had some great moments, scoring in cup finals at Etihad to sharing the pitch with Ryan Giggs and Wayne Rooney. And I mean, you have to be a good player to retain your starting spot next to players like Pogba at Manchester United Academy. Statistically speaking, he was beating the odds. But many of the young ballers have to experience this harsh reality because when they're promoted from the academies, they either make it in the next level or they don't. Luke was sent out on loan to Royal Antwerp in Belgium, where he actually had a very decent spell. So much so that they even wanted him to come back for one more season. But Luke had to return to Manchester earlier than he would have liked that season because his granddad had passed away. And then he also decided not to return to Antwerp for that season just to see if United had any plans for him and if they will renew his contract. At this stage, Luke was very confident in his ability and he definitely felt like he was good enough to stay at Manchester United and not only get an opportunity but also actually be part of that first team. However, Sir Alex Ferguson had other plans. At the end of the season and at the end of his contract, as many other academic graduates, they had to have a meeting with Sir Alex Ferguson in order to decide if they stay or if they get released. During the meeting, Sir Alex Ferguson said that football-wise, his technique and football IQ is impeccable and he is Manchester United level. But as a left-back / CDM, Luke was just too small. And for that reason, Manchester United released him. To make matters worse, Royal Antwerp also found a replacement in the meantime, and Luke Giverin was left without a club. He thought that because of his experience and having played for Manchester United, he would find it really easy to find another club. But the situation was very different. He went on numerous trials for clubs in the lower divisions such as League 1 teams and League 2 teams, but was always told the same thing. He was just way too small to play in those leagues. He had to swallow his pride and play as far down as semi-professional football. That was in the hopes of really impressing out there and making his way back up into the non-league football. However, it's no secret that in semi-professional football the wages aren't great, so in order to sustain himself, he started working as a barber. Raised some money and then took the decision that he's had enough of English football and it's time for him to try his luck somewhere else, so he moved to Australia. Now, besides playing football in Australia, he realized that perhaps it might not happen for him. He might not make it as a professional football player, so it's time for him to find another option, find a plan B. And that's when he realized that he would be a good coach. I mean, he's learned from some of the best there is and he's trained with some of the best players in the world. So because of that, he started designing his own training sessions and he came back to England and started his own personal training business where he carried out a lot of 1v1 training sessions. And according to him, this was actually going very well until the pandemic arrived and no one could go outside anymore. So with no money coming in, Luke Giverin had to take another tough decision. He went from scoring at the Etihad in the cup final to working right outside of the Etihad in the local Asda. Talk about a crazy journey. Once everything reopens, he believes that his coaching business will take off and that he can use this story to attract people to buy into what he has to offer. And I really hope that happens. I think all the young players out there should learn from this video and from this story. You should always have a backup plan because things really can take a turn for the worse overnight. You have to be prepared. Making it in football and just football, the sport itself, doesn't mean just being a football player. There are endless opportunities in this sport, so just educate yourself about them, find something that you're good at and create yourself a plan B, because that way you still get to do what you love the most, which is be involved with football and doing this for a living. As always, this was your boy G Alex. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.